Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM. It is your guy, Valon J. Up next, instant reaction. Let's talk. The Baltimore Ravens lose what I thought was a hard-fought game, but they were defeated by self-inflicted wounds. Now, that's not beating yourself. That's not the concept that I use. I don't even subscribe to that. But that's just continuing to do things to give the other team an advantage. A turnover by Cooper Rush, 2 fumbles by Zay Flowers, and not capitalizing on 4 plays inside of the 5 and 3 of them from the 1. I think that it was just too many self-inflicted wounds. There were some other things where we would make a good play and some type of offensive penalty would bring it back, so on and so forth. We did some good things on defense. I thought the defense played the best they played the entire year, especially against a good Rams offense. So let me start with some shout outs before I get to the scrutiny. Let me give a shout out to the interior defensive line, which I thought played well, stopped the run pretty well, got some pressure. So shout out to the interior defensive line, especially John Jenkins. Let me give a shout out to Trenton Simpson, who I thought played his best game of his entire career. Blitzing off the edge. He was really good in pass coverage the couple of times that I paid attention to him specifically. And so I thought that he played a great game, in fact. Let me give a shout out to Kyle Hamilton, who I thought played a really good game, stopping the run. He did some good things in pass coverage. And then let me give a shout out to the entire defense, right? I think that the entire defense played well, right? I thought that they fought, which is something that we needed to see. Let me give a shout out offensively to Derrick Henry, who I thought ran hard. He hit the holes with good vision. The cutback from that zone blocking was working. And so let me give a shout out to him offensively. And then that's about it offensively. I thought this game came down to self-inflicted wounds. Now, you guys know I don't get down with the Ravens beat themselves. I don't get down. I don't subscribe to that, right? Because somebody has to be there to take the opportunity that you give them. And so you have to give credit to the Rams for taking advantage of the Baltimore Ravens' 3 turnovers and other mishaps. I think that coaching, once again, got in the way, more in the line of play calling and more in the line of game management, things of that nature, right? And I haven't heard any press conferences, none of that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the fire until tomorrow when I have time to listen to John Harbaugh and the crew, and then I will bring that to you guys tomorrow. If I had to give any positives, if you can muster up any from this game, is that I thought we did fight offensively and defensively, which is what I was asking for. I did not think that the Baltimore Ravens could win this game. I did not think that the Baltimore Ravens would win this game. But as we fought, things started to go in our favor. Unfortunately, our undisciplined play, our immature play, specifically by Zay Flowers, were our detriment. I thought that the Baltimore Ravens coaching staff waited too late to put Tyler Huntley in the game. He was able to make some things happen offensively. If it was nothing more than moving the pocket, if it was nothing more than having the opportunity to add him as a run threat, and it's consistently that way. For the Baltimore Ravens, we always seem a day late and a dollar short when it comes to game adjustments. And in this game in particular, that was the case. In all truth, we knew that this was going to be the situation with Cooper Rush. I made several videos and made many claims that Cooper Rush with the Ravens was going to be a tragedy, and that's what he is. With a Cooper Rush-led offense, he has more interceptions than he has engineered points. Let me say it again. He has more interceptions than points he's manufactured leading the offense. And so that was just a bad decision that we made in the offseason. And it may be time, man, just to eat that money and let Cooper Rush go, because he's been a train wreck since he's been under center for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, do you expect him to come out and just wow the fans? No, you don't. But at least he could keep some things on track. He could keep the offense moving. He could be a serviceable game manager, and he's not that. And so as much as went right defensively was as much as went wrong offensively. And the offense today let the defense down. But we have had many games this season where the defense let the offense down. And so it just kind of is what it is, man. We're 1-5. And I know all of the statistics and history says a team that's 1-5 does not make the playoffs. That often is super rare. And so, we're going to see. We're going to see what we do from this point. We're going to see the changes that's made during the bye week. I think Zach Orr saved his job with his defense performing the way that they did today. I think Todd Monken should be more and more in question going forward. Not a dismissal in the bye week, but maybe it's time to look at something different in the offseason along with John Harbaugh as well. And you guys know we've talked about that. I got a lot of commentary coming up for you guys in the bye week. But until tomorrow morning, I'm out.